Today I want to go over 10 valuable Funko Pops in my collection. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we're going to be going over 10 different Funko Pops in my collection that are valuable. Now, value has multiple different meanings. It can be super expensive, like $500, $1,000, or even $100. Another way to look at value is personal value, like it has a memory attached to it, for example, and maybe it's not super expensive. So before we jump into 10 Funko Pops that have value to me, personal and monetary, let me know in the comments what is something that's very valuable in your collection in both of those categories, something that means a lot and something that's really expensive. So we're gonna start off with something really valuable, and that is Zoro here, Egghead. So I actually got this within the last I think month or so, is around MegaCon time. And obviously this is very valuable. This is something that a lot of people are looking for. There's only 3,500 pieces in the world. Now, in terms of how valuable this one is, it does sit around the $500 to $600 range, though you also see a ton of higher listings. I saw some around $900 to $1,200 for this sticker version. There's also a Hot Topic sticker version and an overseas version. The reason it's most valuable is because of the character and how limited it is, basically. Now, this next one actually has personal value, and this is something my sister gave to me years ago. I couldn't remember the exact year, but maybe 2019, 2018, somewhere around there. It was a long time ago, but that was CatDog here from the Nickelodeon show. So funny enough, this wasn't actually a show I watched a ton growing up. I did catch a couple episodes, but I couldn't really tell you a lot about the show, here and now, because I haven't seen it in so long. However, my sister actually won this over at a Dave & Buster's. She used tickets to grab it because I was still new to Funko and I was also doing videos on there, and she knew how dedicated I was to it and building that and all that, so she grabbed me this. Something I do actually regret, though, is that one of my first few pops was a Tony Stark from Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Peter Parker, just his normal look. And those technically were the pops that really actually drove me into doing this channel, as well as fully collecting. They were pops I got for my birthday in July, I think of 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2017 because I fully started doing YouTube around 2018, I believe. But yes, they were pops I got for my birthday from my brother as well as my mom. But I ended up getting rid of them at one point just because I wasn't really collecting the line. But I always regret not keeping them because it was something that turned into this huge thing that I never expected. So that's why I made sure, even though I don't really collect this line, to keep this one because, a family member gave it to me. So at the very least, I have this from all the way back then. Now, this next one's a mix of value as well as personal value, and that's the Peter Parker Kamikaze exclusive here. So the reason why this is a good mix is because, one, it is worth about $100 to $200. At one point, I think it was worth $300 to $400. It's basically halved in value, which is fine. But the reason it has personal value is because for the longest time, this was the closest thing I was getting to a Tobey Maguire Funko Pop. It was the one that looked the most like him. And I did actually want this one for a long time. I can't remember how much I paid for it, maybe $150, something like that. I did actually buy it from a friend. But I do still have it all these years later. It was the closest thing we had to a Tobey Maguire Pop. And then eventually we did get one, and it's up on the shelf over there. So do I technically need it in the collection anymore? Not necessarily, but I had it for so long and it was a great substitute until we eventually got one that I still have it. This next one comes from one of my favorite TV series of all time, which is The Walking Dead, and we have the Rick Grimes Bloody SDCC exclusive. This was another pop that I wanted for a very long time. This was when I watched The Walking Dead. I watched the first few seasons. I took a long break from it. I don't know, I just never got back to finishing it. And then eventually I ended up finishing it and I just loved it. Not all the seasons were great, obviously, but I love the show. There's so much crazy stuff that happens, and I also really love zombie media and all that. This was a must-have, and I really love Rick Grimes' character. Andrew Lincoln is amazing. I would love to meet him and get his autograph one day. If I have to maybe just buy it, as is, buy an autograph out there, that's perfectly fine, but I would love to get the chance to at least meet him and maybe get my own sign. Now, while I really do love The Walking Dead, I don't want every Funko Pop in the collection because it is a pretty big collection. However, I decided, just like my friend Kelsey, that we wanted to actually just go for the really cool bloody variations, So that's what led me to get Bloody Maggie as well as Bloody Glenn. And one more I actually have is Negan, signed by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Awesome dude. Loved his Conquest voice in Invincible in the last few seasons. That was really cool. But yes, I actually got this one from a sponsor that I got a long time ago. So yeah, that's my little Walking Dead collection, but it basically did start with that Bloody Rick, and I would love to get more bloody variations of different characters in the future. So this next one is the only pop I have in this collection, which is All Might here in the weekend version. One of my favorite moments in the entirety of the show. I actually didn't even finish My Hero. I don't care to, I guess, at this point. Like, I got rid of the collection a while ago. I think some of the last seasons, like, it kind of just took me out of it. And I heard that the ending is really great. Even my wife, Bailey, she keeps trying to get me to finish it. It doesn't make or break the show for me personally if I don't finish it. Maybe eventually down the line I will, but I know I'm gonna get comments. You need to finish it, watch it. Maybe eventually I will, but not at this moment. However, as I mentioned, I got rid of every My Hero pop I own except for this one because this was one of the first pops I got signed by Chris, I think. Because I also got a Vegeta signed. Maybe I got this signed at a different point. Actually, I think I got Vegeta signed first and then this All Might. That aside, I've had the pleasure of working with Chris Sabat in the past. Really cool dude. We've talked to him many times, basically considers me a friend, which is just amazing. If you ever get the chance to meet him, amazing dude. But that being said, it's really cool to have something autographed by him and from one of my favorite moments. And All Might is one of my favorite characters. I love the weekend All Might look. I love what this fight meant. He gave his all in this fight, and this pop is just awesome, so it's why I still have it. This next one I actually got years ago before it actually gained a lot of value, and that was Leon Kennedy. In the last few years, he definitely jumped up to like the $200 range for a while, and then of course when Resident Evil 9 Requiem came out, he jumped up like crazy to the $300-400 range. Now though, if you don't know, we're actually getting another new Leon pop in the coming months. I want to say within the next 2 or 3 months at this point. It's supposed to be a summer announcement, you know, leading into a fall release if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you guys keep asking me for Resident Evil updates. There's nothing, unfortunately. I would give you guys something if I had it, but there's nothing at the moment. Maybe we'll see it announced in May. That would be really cool. We'll see. I'll let you guys know once I get more information though. But nonetheless, I'm actually currently actively trying to go back and play some of the Resident Evil games. I watched a lot of them, mostly from the Rad Brad playing them, just because I was too chicken to play them myself. I played Resident Evil 4 as a kid with my brother. We played that game a lot. And then most games after that, I just kind of watched because they're scary. I cannot bring myself to play most horror games. I'd rather watch them than play them. But I love zombies, so that's why I like Resident Evil, and I have a few of the pops in the collection too. But I actually recently played Resident Evil 9 and I completed it. That was one of the first games for Resident Evil that I beat in a very long time. I'm currently playing Resident Evil 7 with Ethan. I watched the full game multiple times, but I finally got the guts to play it, and I'm kind of just where you get out of the house and all that. So almost have that beat. I'm probably going to go back to 4 after, and then maybe Resident Evil 2. I played a little bit of 6 and 5 though, technically. I can't remember if I ever beat them, but I definitely played them. Because one of my favorite moments I've ever seen in a game is watching Chris punch a boulder. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments, have you guys ever played any of the Resident Evil games, and how many have you beaten? Next up, another valuable one we have is Ember McLain here, part of the Danny Phantom line. So it was a really cool character for them to decide to make. I think it was perfect for the NFT release just because I don't know how well a Danny Phantom line would have sold just as a general release, genuinely. And currently in the Danny Phantom collection, there are only 4 pops. We had Danny Phantom himself, Vlad, as well as Ember, part of the NFT line, and then we had Sam over at, I think, SDCC or NYCC, I can't remember. She's not super expensive. Nonetheless, I wanted to share Ember in this video because she is about a $250, $300 pop, somewhere around that range. And she is super expensive and limited at 1,550 pieces for the NFT line. I do actually hope they make more Danny Phantom pops in the future, even if they have to do them as like LE releases for them to sell better. I'm hoping we get a different Sam because I just don't really like the pop they put out. I'd rather have a normal version of Sam first and then maybe pick up that one later. And then I also want to see Tucker, of course, and a normal Danny. Like, why didn't we get a normal Danny with the Danny Phantom chase as a ghost? This next one is another mix of personal as well as it does have a little bit of value, and that is the Arrow Unmasked here. SDCC official sticker there, and signed by Stephen Amell. So this one actually has a pretty cool memory attached to it. I'd been wanting to watch Arrow for a little bit just because I kept seeing it on Netflix. And I do like the Green Arrow, but I guess maybe at the time, like it was still early in the show and I heard conflicting things. So I think that's why I might not have watched it. But just eventually I ended up just sitting down and watching it. And I remember this core memory because I was still living at home when I watched it. And we had this 3-piece sectional couch at the time, and I pulled the couch forward to get closer to the TV. I don't think we had a very big TV at the time. And this was one of the first times I was actually also trying boiled peanuts at the time. It was out of the can, but sometimes we get them from the gas station. I tried to make them at home one time. It didn't go so well. If anybody has like a good recipe for that, let me know. But yeah, one of the first times I tried boiled peanuts while starting Arrow, and I loved it. Like, I loved Arrow. I still love it to this day. I watch clips all the time. I actually really want to go back and watch it again, but they recently took it off of Netflix, which sucks. This next pop has a lot of sentimental value to me, and that is future Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. So the reason this one has sentimental value is because it comes with a childhood memory. This was back when my parents were still together. So in our room, one of the first TVs we ever got had like it was like a very heavy TV, and we had a VHS player. And I actually had these two movies that I would just play on loop and loop and loop. I would rewind it, play it again, watch it, watch it, watch it. I loved seeing Trunks' arrival. Like, he was such a cool character to me, and I still love Trunks to this day. Seeing him spar with Goku, seeing him take out Frieza, with how much Goku struggled against him was just crazy. I genuinely loved watching those over and over and over again. So that's part of the reason why I had this pop. Like, when I saw that they made this, I immediately had to have it. And it's only like a $30, $40 pop these days. It's not super expensive, but it has that memory attached to it. And that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted this Trunks slaying Frieza Figure Arts Zero statue. Okay, final pop in today's video is another signed one, and technically the signature has the value in it, but it's part of a set I'm trying to complete, and that is the Tom Holland signature here. So I actually paid about $400 for this one. I think his signature goes for around $300 to $400. It's not like he is really attending a lot of cons and stuff, so I think you have to do like send-ins or maybe catch him on the street. Now, Tom Holland is actually not my favorite Spider-Man. I think that's clear with the whole Tobey Maguire pop story I was talking about earlier with the Peter Parker kamikaze one. But I do like Tom Holland Spider-Man, so I wanted to have his autograph. And then of course I had to get Andrew's autograph, which is my second favorite Spider-Man. And I think you know where I'm going with this. I eventually want to get Tobey's autograph. I would love to get that 3-pack from No Way Home signed by all of them. That would be just amazing. I don't think it's ever gonna happen though. I've actually come across very few Tobey Maguire signatures on pops, especially recently since he actually got his pops. But if you ever ask me what's a set that I would like to complete in my collection, it would be getting a Tobey Maguire autograph. I'd love to meet him. The chances of that happening are slim to none, so I'll just have to buy it like I did these. Well guys, those were 10 valuable Funko Pops in my collection. I do hope you enjoyed today's video, kind of a trip down memory lane with a few of those. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button down below if you did enjoy, and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. I do want to end off the video here by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.